Remember now, this is a parable that he's giving an example here. See, this man wasn't saved. And guess where he's going? He's going to wind up gnashing of teeth, weeping, cast into outer darkness. In other words, he's going to wind up in hell. See, that's what the Bible's saying here, see. See, remember now, Jesus spoke in parables. That's what he's talking about here, see. Don't take this lightly, see. That's what he's saying. He's saying, he's telling us to go invite everybody into church to get saved and do God's will. Yes, sir. And the ones that's not is going to wind up in the pits of hell. Plain and simple. It's what the Word of God says. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. And they sent out with him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, teachest the way of God in the truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? But Jesus perceived their wickedness, and he said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought him a penny. And he said to them, Whose image is on the superscription? And they said to him, Caesar's. And he said unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God. And when they heard these things, they marveled, and they left him, and went their own way. You see, the Pharisees and scribes, they was always following Jesus around, trying to embarrass him, trying to trip him up. And see, and they in there now, see, Jesus told everybody, he prophesied to the disciples and everybody. He said, listen, they're going to catch me, they're going to kill me, and I'm going to arise in 3 days. See, and see, but the Pharisees and scribes, they was always trying to catch him in a lie. And see, and you notice here, he said, Why do you tempt me, you hypocrites? He said, Show me the tribute money. And see, they were always trying to catch him in a lie. He said, Whose image is on the superscription of the penny? And they showed it to him. They said, Give Caesar's what's Caesar's, and give God what's God's. What's that talking about? That means give Caesar or your government, pay your taxes, and give God his 10%. See, that's more or less what that's talking about. Pay your taxes, give them what they ask, give Caesar his part, and give God the things that are God. God is asking for 10%. Caesar, he's asking for 32 to 32%. So who loves you more? God's asking for 10%. Who loves you more? That's God. See, God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. See, he loves us. The question is, do we love him back? See, if we love him, we're going to keep his commandments. We're going to do his will. We're going to read his word. We're going to be obedient to him. All right. The same came to him the Sadducees, which say there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die, having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there was the 7 brethren, and the first, when he married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise the second also, and the third, unto the 7th. And last of all the women died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall be of the 7? For they all had her. And Jesus answered and said, Ye do err, not knowing the Scriptures, nor the power of God. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. The God is not the living God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. You see what's going on here? The Pharisees and scribes, see, they was always trying to trip Jesus up, trying to use the law against him, what Moses wrote, see. And that's what's going on here. And Jesus is telling them, don't worry about that. When everybody dies, we're all going to be angels of God in heaven. See, that's what he's trying to tell them. See, they're always trying to trip him up, trying to embarrass him in front of the crowd. You know how hypocrites work with us. They're always trying to make you look bad, try to throw you off, get you off target. But see, Jesus, he always told them, he called them ye hypocrites. He said, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. See, and when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine. See, Jesus, he could see into their hearts, see, and he knew what the answer was.